Hello everyone, my name is Landon and welcome back to the Fright Factor. Today we are going to be talking about Cujo by Stephen King. Now I actually missed this book. I accidentally skipped over. I did Firestarter, I missed Cujo, and I went directly to Christine, which was my bad. So we're jumping back a couple years to go back to Cujo, and then we'll be back on to Pet Sematary, I believe, came after Christine. But first, we're going to talk about one killer animal before the next. Cujo is about a dog named Cujo, a Saint Bernard, one of the biggest dogs ever, that contracts rabies and starts going around the town of Castle Rock and begins a massacre, basically killing a lot of people, and later on in the book, trapping two people, a mother and her son, inside of a car. Now, Cujo is one of his scarier works, in my opinion. Not just the fact that it's a killer dog that's a Saint Bernard, that it outweighs you by probably a lot. Depending on how big you are, it probably outweighs you a lot. That has rabies and only knows one thing, and that is to basically kill. So, Cujo is also scary in the fact that it's a dog that contracts rabies, and in the end of it, spoilers, obviously, I've said spoilers throughout this whole series, you have to kill the dog. I mean, you can't let this thing keep running around with rabies, so in the end of the book, you gotta put the dog down. It did do its damage, though, by the end of the book, and those are some of the scariest scenes in this book. Now, as terms of my favorite parts of this book, it would definitely have to be the opening. The opening where Cujo gets bitten in the nose by the bat, and for like the next 50 to 100 pages, we just start getting in the mental state. Like we see inside the mind of Cujo and him slowly deteriorating from a good dog to a not-so-okay dog to a really bad dog. And that's one of the scariest parts about this book. We literally get to see inside the mind of Cujo and his deterioration into that form, and the rabies basically taking over his mind. And for the last half of this book, I would say, we are in the car, which is with Donna and Tad. Donna is the mom, Tad is her 8-year-old son, I believe he's 8-year-old. And they get trapped in the car by Cujo. Their car breaks down in a lot. They were trying to go get the car fixed, and it breaks down in the lot where they were trying to get it fixed, but the person who works there isn't like coming home for a weekend because they won the lottery, they went off on a vacation with their family, and they're not there, but Cujo is, and traps them inside the car by basically just standing guard. He stands guard for so long, and by the end of the book, this is the biggest spoiler of all, the young boy, Tad, dies due to dehydration, I think it is. It's either dehydration or asphyxiation, one of the two. In the movie, however, he lives, because in movies you always have to have happy endings, and that was the one thing that I did not like about the movie, because they didn't keep it straight with the book. I feel like it would have had a more emotional impact if Tad died in the movie. It definitely had an emotional impact in the book. As far as my review goes, I'm going to be giving Cujo a 4.5 stars. It's definitely in my top 20, at least top 25 if it's not in my top 20. I think it's in my top 20, but it isn't a perfect 5-star book. It's definitely got some problems, some pacing issues around when they're in the car, but 4.5 out of 5 rounded up to 5 stars. It's a really, really solid book, and it's actually pretty scary. So in terms of review, I'm going to be giving it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and in terms of the Fright Factor, I'm going to be giving it an 8 out of 10. Now, next week, you will definitely see Pet Sematary beat that, because Pet Sematary is a lot scarier than this book, and to get this book an 8 out of 10, that's pretty scary, but it's not scary, like I said, like terrifying-wise. You're losing one of your best friends. If your dog contracted rabies and you had to put it down, that is one of the scariest things ever. Not frightening in the way, but sad, but also frightening that you're losing this friend that you've had for so long. But it's not only frightening that way, it's pretty scary, because Cujo does go around and kill a lot of people before he traps Donna and Tad in the car. So, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you're new. Let me know what your thoughts are on Cujo in the comments below. Did you think it was scary? Did you think it wasn't scary? What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? Do you love the book? Do you hate the book? All the norm that goes on in the comments section. And I'll see you guys in the next one.